Welcome back to another Pen Talk. Thank you very much for tuning in and joining me as I explore the amazing, incredible, diverse, wide world of pens. And you see one rotating in front of you, being held up by a crab and being admired by other crabs and some interesting observers. Yes, it's a Ranga 4CS. Those of you that saw my pens that I was given may have recognized the pen from that video. It's a fun pen. It's a unique pen. It's an interesting pen that I'm happy to be able to show you. So we're going to go into the details, show it to you, and see why I find this to be an interesting pen. So stay tuned. Mr. Crab is going to give you a winky wink, and we're going to dive in. Nice looking pen. So this pen is made of ebonite, hard rubber. It's a Ranga 4C, and it was bought from Peyton Street Pens, so they call it a 4CS. Here's the listing. This is the one without a clip, and this finial just unscrews, so that's how the clip is secured if you order it with a clip. I like the minimalistic design. Not too many pens now have that, where the cap and barrel are seamless, and that is a nice seam there. I like this kind of a dark blue with some black ripple in it. It's a nice looking ebonite. Very stately, very classic. Certainly a pen that's interesting. The cap unscrews with a lot of turns. I'll give you that exact number. We'll put a text on the screen. And you'll see what really makes this pen unique is that inlaid Sheaffer nib. This pen was designed to have these nibs screwed into it. The original owner of this pen acquired the pen with a nib, felt the pen was not quite the right shape and size, so they got another pen and put the nib in there, and they gave me the body and cap. And of course I had a nib to put in it. Took a few little tries. Not everything fits perfectly, but this one fits very, very well. And inside is just a Sheaffer cartridge. I do have some of the converters. A while ago I bought a bunch of Sheaffer cartridges because they seemed to be hard to get and in short supply, and I had a friend who wanted some, so I got them. So that's an interesting pen, I would say, to put it mildly. And if you hadn't seen the original video, you probably were surprised when I took the cap off and you saw that inlaid nib. Let's see how it writes. This is just a Sheaffer black ink, and as you saw, it skips a little bit. I have to admit there's beautiful nibs, but I've never found them to be exactly what I like for writing. It's very sensitive to angle, which is the other reason why you're going to get those skippy lines. If you're in the sweet spot, it's very, very smooth. But again, it's easy to get off that sweet spot. You know, it's a grip that you need to have to get used to because it really doesn't have a section. It's just one piece. And yes, the inlaid nib is beautiful, but as we all know, beauty is only skin deep. So we have the other Ranga here, which is a green-based ebonite, and it's a matte finish. And here we have an osprey, which is similar to the blue with black, but just a little bit different. You know, like with a lot of the poured acrylics, ebonites are going to have a substantial variety of color variations to them. No two pens are going to be exactly the same. But that's the nature of the beast, and that's also one of the qualities and values that I like in this hard rubber material used to make pens. Very durable, and as we know from the vintage, can last a long time. So here we are with a size comparison. We have a Pilot Metropolitan, the Ranga 4CS, and a Lamy All-Star. And the Ranga is a long pen, and it's certainly a thin pen, comparable in that to the Metropolitan. Let's take the cap off and look at the interesting. So here we are at the business end. As I mentioned, this is where these pens are all unique. So Metropolitan has a more classic number 5 style nib, very thin section. Compare it to Sheaffer's, a little bit thicker, nice transition, and of course you have the triangular shape that the Lamy has, and this is a Lamy style nib, unique to Lamy. This is certainly a unique nib, and there's always like a little bit of ink down there. It's probably the cartridge. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a cartridge person. I don't like them. And the Metropolitan's not inked up. So this is going to be a short video. If you do happen to go on the Peyton Street Pens website, you'll notice this comes with a steel nib. Here's the nibs you have to choose from. I think the price is extremely reasonable for a nice ebonite pen with a vintage nib in it. And a lot of people might like the nib. It's very stiff, which a lot of Sheaffer nibs, they're known for that. Not exactly a nib that excites me. I do like the design of this pen, though, and that is one of the features. So now some time for a editorial comment and a summation. So this is a pen I probably would not have bought, but I do appreciate and enjoy someone giving me a pen that I normally wouldn't be interested in, but is certainly an interesting pen. A little bit of history, a little bit of nostalgia, a modern pen that accommodates a vintage style nib. Always an interesting combination. And Peyton Street has done that a lot. I do like that coloring of the ebonite. As we mentioned before, this top finial unscrews, and that's how you would attach a clip, but this pen was purchased without a clip. And it's nice when you screw it down, it looks pretty nice. You don't really notice that seam that much. So we've reached the end of this video. I hope it finds all of you safe, healthy, and happy, enjoying your pens, hopefully expanding your appreciation of pens by trying a pen that you may not like originally. That's what pen shows are great for. So if you have an opportunity to visit a pen show, strongly recommend it. It's an experience that you'll never forget, and it's a learning experience you can't have anyplace else. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. We're going to say bye. See you next time.